Jacob Seelman, Race Face Digital. Eddie, you talk about that first race in '72 that Pearson won, but that probably kicked off about a 5-6 year stretch here where it seemed like just about nobody could beat David here. When you look back on it, what was it about David, about this track, that just seemed to click for him here out of anywhere else that you guys went to?
I guess it was his patience. He was very, very patient, and you know, in the '70s, this track is still got the same DNA it had then. I mean, it's going to be, especially today with it being 90 degrees, it gets really hot. And that was one of David's favorite sayings: "I want it to be hot and slick." Now, I don't think he really liked that, but that's what he said. But when it got hot and it got slick, that's when he really excelled. And we said this, we've talked about it many times. As a kid, you know, I was young, and Leonard was, you know, the crew chief. He never knew what David could do. We never knew. When it come time to qualify, he would practice maybe sometimes a half a second slow, and then he'd go out there and sit on pole and just laugh at you. And he did the same thing racing, because we didn't have radios till about 2 years after everyone else. We got them in '75, I think. But to listen to him on the radio was just like talking to someone on the telephone. You know, it's just very calm. And I think that was his secret to him here. He used to talk about, like when he would go, which this was when it was, that was 3 and this was 4, he would look across the way the thing was laid out. He could see what's going over in turn 4. And that's the kind of things he would think about, because he rarely ever got in an accident.
Well, excuse me.
Go ahead.
The thing I want to point out is the thing about him, you could have a car in a loose setup, and it wouldn't be loose for him. The way Wood Brothers, he fit perfect the way the Wood Brothers like to set a car up. So his car would roll so free through the corner, you could put a taller gear in it, and then he'd go down and let off early, and it wouldn't slow down. If you got a gear in the car and let off, it'll slow up. So it wouldn't slow down. He'd just let off and let the car go take a set, and then at a certain point get on the throttle and just blow your way down the straightaway. One more quote. David Pearson was running Talladega, and Bobby Isaac says, "How come you're running so fast?" So he put his foot on the floor and just raised the inside of his foot up, and he said like he still had the accelerator wide open just to make him think he was letting off. So he comes to Darlington, and he's running fast, and Bobby asked him the same question. So there wasn't no way he could run it wide open around here, but he just raised the inside of his foot up like he's running it wide open here. He always liked to play with the guy's mind.